All right, everyone, we are live. It looks like we are live. Welcome, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name is Adoom, and today we are going to be live streaming our process of, what we do every day, trying to build a company that's going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single, I was going to say every single day, every single year. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Nice to see you. And what we're going to be doing today is I've actually never done this before, and I was going to read up on it beforehand, but I didn't. So I figured it'd be just fun to try this on stream, is we need to incorporate or build out a favorite functionality so that people can log into our site, click on favorites and like something, and then be able to show that onto their list of favorites when they favorite their components. Because, of course, what we're building is a Webflow component library. Okay, so with that out of the way, we should just get to it, I guess. Let's see if we can figure this thing out. So I know we're going to need our Airtable base. So we're going to need that. So let's just fire that up. And let's just, you know what? I think let's just make this a little bit bigger. We got all kinds of demo stuff that's still in here. That's okay. And this one, let's go to, I guess, probably just for now, just the dashboard. And again, let's make this a little bit bigger so it can be seen. Okay. And we're going to need Zapier as well. And are we logged in? Yeah, I think we're logged in. Let's go in here. What is this one? Name your Zap. Ugh, I got to clean this place up. Okay. So we have this create a new member. Okay, that's just our old one again. All right, zoom that in a little bit. Are we going to need anything else? I don't know. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want, actually, what we should do before anything, not before anything, but in this piece here, hang on a second. Let me just orient myself. Am I missing something here? Oh, right. I just haven't put in all the collections. So I just have one here because I need a collection for every single different type of component. And maybe, I wonder if we can automate that in any way. If we could nest collections together. I don't think you can nest a collection together, can you? I highly doubt that. I mean, let's just see. You can. Oh, we can nest a collection together, which would be amazing because then we could nest every single type of, every different category, right? The hero section, the footer section, we could nest that through a collection and then have the collection of all the different items within that category. That's cool. Oh, is that new? I thought you couldn't nest components or collections. I guess you can now. Okay. So first things first, let's just put ourselves in a like button or like fave, whatever for now. And then we're going to just get another better image here, like the heart image. Okay, and right, what are we going to need to this? We're going to need to pass on some kind of, like something on there. I don't know what that's going to be. And if so, is it going to need to be in a form? It might need to be in a form. Ooh, maybe I should have thought about this a little bit more. Okay. Right. So the question is how do we record that click? And we can probably record it. There's got to be a way to be able to record it through just a single click, I would imagine. But if we go through here, actually, because if we're going to create a zap, we're going to have to create a zap here that's going to, like this has to watch for, just watch for a favorite. And so what triggers do we actually have accessible to us in Webflow? That's what we're going to need. It's only like a form submission. Oh my goodness. We can't instantly submit a form either. Form submission, eh? I could have sworn there was a tutorial on there with somebody that was doing this. Let me see if I can find it. What would it be? Hang on a second. I'm just scrolling the internets here. Okay, this might be helpful. Okay, this video here might be helpful.
Process. First off, I'm going to update the name of this and say mark as complete. That way we can know which is which in Zapier. And then you can go ahead.
So he's making it into a field or into a form. So I guess we're going to need to have that button, that like button, to be some type of form. But how does he mark it? Oh, it's just a
Zapier. So what we're going to do is
it's just a button.
Go into this form. Let's go.
Oh, okay. That makes sense to me. That makes sense. Okay. Why didn't I think of that? Okay. So, well, this is kind of annoying, but let's do this. All right. Can it just be? Oh, I think we need the whole block. So we're going to need the whole block. And this is going to be favorite. Yeah. And then where's the button? Are we going to be able to customize the button? By that I mean make it have an icon beside it. Doesn't look like it. So it's still going to be just the button. That kind of sucks, but let's worry about styling it later. This needs to be way smaller. So basically someone's going to hit that button and then it's just going to submit the form. And on that form, we're probably going to need the ID of the member. can we get that? Can we get that? Add field. Everything here is on the component itself, but not of the user. But what about anywhere else? Just to see. Oh, there's nothing. Yeah, that's the last thing we're going to get. So what does this guy do? Let's try this. Let's look at this again.
Go ahead and select a embed.
Oh, this is what he's doing now, isn't he?
We want to go make sure it's above the button. All right. And then what we want to do here is add some hidden inputs. So I'm just going to copy and paste these in. But what you want to do is input type equals hidden value. We're going to pull that name from the CMS, and then the data name is going to be video name. There's going to be a hidden input for the video ID, and then this one is MS data, and it's the Webflow member ID.
That's what it is.
Remember,
perfect.
We added that to their profile, so you can see that here.
Right, and that gets pulled from member stack. Okay. Can member stack can't do this? I don't know if it can. Unless it's changed. Ooh, login, password, pricing, paywall, modal, payments, landing page, validation, trial, checkbox, coupons, inputs. I don't know. I guess maybe what we could do is we could just get a toggle. And then that could go into member stack. I guess the thing is that once it's in member stack, I need to get it back. Well, obviously I need to get it back to Webflow. So if we toggle the checkbox, but the thing is we're also going to need to have the information of what they're actually checking off, like whether they're liking something. And then we have to pass over the ID of the actual item that they're liking. So we might be able to do that. So hang on a second. I'm just going to see if I can just get this to work here. And then we'll see once I kind of wrap my head around what's going on here. Oh, another comment here. So on the side, if you go to resources and search for favorites, you'll see a brief article under FAQ. Interesting. Well, I guess why reinvent the wheel if I don't have to? Okay, maybe. Where's their resources? Feature of mine. Let's just favorite and save link Webflow CMS items. Recommend or use JetBoost. Oh, that's not very helpful. Do you anywhere more specific there, Kevin? Mm-hmm. Don't know. Okay. If you do see anywhere more specific, just let me know. That was it. Oh, yeah, they don't do it natively. Yeah, this doesn't seem too bad to me to get to work. So let's see how far we can go. I think I think it'll be fine. Okay, where were we? MS data, Webflow member ID. Right. Okay. So let's go back here. Let's go into our embed form. Input, I guess it's hidden, I think. And what is it? Data. Oh my goodness, I can't even remember. Data MS member equals. Oh my God. What are these things? Attributes. Member. Oh, member ID. Actually, it'll be a custom field. Webflow user ID. Webflow user ID. And I don't think I even have that right. Let me double check. Oh, okay, that's how it's written. Just like this. Oh, no, that's wrong too. MS data Webflow member ID. But I have user ID, I'm pretty sure is what I called it. Webflow user ID, yep. And I don't know if it needs this. Data name. Webflow user ID. And I think if we do that. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, no, that's right. And then going to have to give it this, what is this one? This is like the component ID. I don't have a component ID, so maybe I need to give it one. Or do I just use the name? I feel like it should have an ID. Well, let's just maybe do that for now, and then we can always change it later. Okay, so we need the name of the user, and we need like what it is it's actually. And actually, maybe one more. And then the value is going to be, this one is going to be the actual. I don't have a component type, do I? Ah, shit. Well, I do have the component category. Let me take a quick look here again at my structure. So component category, I have just the name and the slug. And the component itself, the name and a reference to the category. And then that's it. That is it. That's too bad I can't grab the collection ID from there. Or the item ID for each item. And what I mean by that is when you go into an item here to grab this item ID. Okay, let's do one step at a time. Let's go back to our page. Let's go back here. We'll just have this for now. This is going to be, it's going to be the same thing. This is going to be just component name. Okay. So let's publish this. And let's see what we get. Okay, so I'm logged in. So if I go favorite that one, it's hanging, but that's okay. Okay, there it goes. So let's go back here. Let's continue. We need to choose our account. And yeah, we're going to use that one. We're going to use our pixel pieces, and our form is we're going to look for the favorite form. We're going to continue and we're going to test. The reason why I wanted to fire it off that one time is that if you don't actually have anything in that form and you submit or you test your Zap, it's not going to find anything. Okay, so it found it. So it was the basic navigation, and there's no data for the Webflow user ID. Now, why is that? Is that because this user... No, it can't be deleted because it's in here. Did I not get the ID right? Webflow user ID. Let me just paste. Oops, I copied the wrong thing. Copy that ID. Paste it here. Yeah, that's the same. So this here, that's data. Maybe it needs to be, could that be wrong? Attributes. Maybe it has to be this, data MS, like member. Maybe that's why, like MS data member. Is that right? Maybe like this. Let's try that. Maybe that's why it is what it is. Maybe that video is like 3 years old, so who knows? Okay. Let's try this again. And now let's do the mega menu. Okay, and we're right here. Let's find new records. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Now, is that ID, can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see that. Is that ID the same? So ends in D532, and we go to our members. Can we go? Yeah, we'll just use this page. Go to our members, D532. Perfect. Okay. So we have the member, and we have the component that he clicked, the component name, which is the mega menu. But how are we going to organize this in Airtable? So let's take a look at what we should probably have. Okay, Webflow member ID. So we have the ID of the person. That's fine. So we're going to have to link it to another table, and that's like what they favorited, right? So let's create another table. Favorite. Our favorites. Okay, so what is it going to need? It's going to need, I guess it's going to need a reference, right? Link to another record. It's going to have to reference the member. Allow linking. Or should we do it the other way? No, we do it this way. Allow linking to multiple records. No, I don't think so. I think we just want one. And that is just like the member. By the Webflow member ID. Okay. So let's get rid of this one. Delete. 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 What am I doing here? All right, cancel. Oh, I can't delete. What? Okay, what is going on here? Oh, that's the primary table. Interesting. Why is it going to delete? What is going on in this one? Oh, does it? Okay, well, all right. And this one I need. Okay, so whatever. Let's do that again. I am definitely not a Airtable guru. So we need, what do we need? We need to look up link to another record by the members and by the Webflow member ID. Oh, interesting. Okay. And then we want a single line text, and this is going to be the item like just liked. Or just maybe just the product. And then we're going to add a checkbox for liked. Okay. So if they, okay, so we continue with this record. So now we got to go into Airtable. And we need to create or update record, I do believe. So let's, yeah, create or update record. That makes the most sense. Choose an account. Geez, which one? Pixel pieces. Favorites. Used to match an existing record. Oh, that's interesting. Right, the unique identifier. What's it going to be? It basically needs to be the product, but also whether it's been clicked or not. So I guess just the product and the user. Ah, damn it. So lookup field. I mean, the only thing. That's from my Airtable as well. Where's my Airtable? The product and the name. Oops. Can I do custom? Oh, okay. If I can do custom, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, I need to look up that. And then, yes, that's what it's going to be. The Webflow user ID. Nope, I did that twice. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. What is this members? I don't know why I created this column. That's really weird. The product is going to be the name. No, not that name. That's the table name. That's the component name. But this just needs to be a yes or a no. And there's going to need to be a way to toggle things as well. If I just test this here for a second, unknown troubleshoot error. Right, of course, because I can't find anybody. Okay. Let's see what this guy was doing here.
An input for the video ID. And then this one, and I'm just going to, first off, add a class to this called button, so it matches the styles page. All right, so let's go ahead and click mark as watched. Okay, so the form was submitted. Back to his web submission is the triggered membership. Go ahead and click continue, and Beer won't know. Okay, so remember we were on the item. We can confirm that's correct. If we go 9EF3, and then we can confirm that's is right.
Oh, how do you get the item ID?
We is submission, and open that page. Back. All right, so so we can know which member is the Webflow member ID itself. So I'm gonna put the title here.
Oh, he just has the ID in the database.
Of the second hidden field, I'm going to do the episode item ID. Okay, so now when we click this submit button,
cool.
It's
anyways
ID 9EF. Now is look up that member in Airtable. So we want to find which member submitted this and then find them in Airtable. So that way we can reference which video was clicked by which member.
You look up the member first.
We are going to go down and find a record.
Okay, that makes sense.
Select our Airtable account, the base, no code membership demo, and we're gonna do the members table. I'm gonna look this up by the Webflow ID. You could look it up by their email or their name, but I just feel like the item ID is a little bit more unique and shouldn't change, so that way you know it's the right member. And then we are going to pass the value. We want it to look up the ID by this ID. Nope, that's wrong. That's the video ID. Okay, so what we want is actually the data member Webflow ID, which did not get passed through. So let's go back. Webflow member ID is what we called it.
That's because I think you had that error right there.
Actually, let's try a different episode. Do Zapier polls. Submission A. Did that get? Okay, so some pass through on that second one. In the Webflow member, do Airtable and customize that. All right, so we are looking up by the field of their Webflow ID, and then the value is being passed through that form submission. All right, so let's go ahead and continue and test it out. We're getting an error. Let's go to Airtable. Oh, okay. So that we are signed in as Chico Kiko, and that never got added to Airtable. So let's see.
So just 1 second, looking at his table here. So he has his table set for the member's name, email address, ID. They have completed videos. So that's referencing I think what I would want to do is that when you mark something as favored, so it's like, what are your favorites? And then it references what you favorited. And so the only thing that I don't really know how to toggle that. Okay, that's cool. And we're gonna watch this video. Okay, this video is really good. So we're gonna get back to that. But first, let's delete this. Yes, really delete that. And let's go over to, and let's go, actually, okay, hang on. Let's go here and let's delete all this stuff. Yeah, delete that. Okay, and then, oh, I do have a favorites right here. Interesting. So let's do another reference. Reference. Where is it? Do I just have to type in? Oh, that's just, oh, okay. Here we go. Or is it lookup? Oh, it's not like filtering. What the hell? Oh, link. Yeah, link to favorites. Allow multiple records. Okay. I guess just the name. Why is it creating a whole bunch of these other tables? This is what I don't understand with what's going on here with this. Maybe it just has to be there. Let's go back here and let's go see if we can get something that's a semblance of working. Okay, so we got Airtable, choose our event. We want to just find a record, right? I think that's what we want to do. Choose an account. Continue. We are going to look at our members table. We're going to search by, yeah, this is really weird. Webflow ID. And search value is going to be this guy. I don't need a formula. Should this step be considered success when nothing is found? No, it shouldn't be. No, we don't want to create that. It should be there. And let's continue. So this should find the record. And it found this person right here. Okay. So now that we have that, I guess what we're going to need to do now is, oh, what did I just do? Oh, I got 3 things here. I guess we just want to create a new record, which I don't think we're going to want to do, but I think we're going to want to do create and or update in favorites. The product is going to be this one. But to see if it's liked, it just needs to be like a yes or no. So this is really weird that it's asking for text, because I thought in this table, like it's just a check mark. Interesting. And then members, what is that column? Okay. I'm gonna watch a little bit of this video because there's just one thing that's just I'm not quite getting in my brain here.
Okay. So that we are signed in as. So let's see. Let's go ahead and log out. Let's just go ahead and log in. Mark one as complete. All right. Mark as watched. All right. So let's go back to Airtable or Zapier. And let's get a new sample. Okay, so intro to the designer was the one we just submitted. So let's select that. Now, customize record, we're looking it up by the Webflow ID. And D047, D047. Okay, so it is an Airtable. Let's confirm that it works. Test and review. Okay, so that member was found in Airtable. So now what we want to do is create a row in the completed videos table. So let's go to Airtable, create record. Select the Airtable account. We're going to do the no code member data or demo, completed videos. And then here's where we're going to pass through all that info. So this was all passed through via those hidden fields. So form submission. So the video name is right here, intro to the designer. So the member we find from that second one when we looked the member up. So it's a field member name. The video ID will be from the form submission, which is data video ID. And then the member reference, we're going to get that from the second one, and we're going to select this very first ID. So that's the ID of the member in Airtable. So let's go ahead and click continue.
Okay.
And test that out, see if it works. All right, so it sent that over. Perfect. Let's delete these three. Not sure why it created those. Oh, one big important step that I missed. So it is working. It did send everything over. The video ID actually needs to be in a very specific format. You do need to wrap that in double quotes. So just go ahead and put some double quotes around that.
Oh, right, because it's multi-reference collection.
Record was sent over. Perfect. So now it's adding it in the correct format. Let's go ahead and delete that first one. Okay, so actually I'm going to go ahead and turn on this app so I can test it out with a few more records. So let's go back to our template. We completed this one. Let's also try to complete intro to HTML. Perfect. And let's see if that worked. Intro to HTML. And then maybe do the box model as well. Click complete. Perfect. Okay, so in order to get these video IDs back into Webflow, what we need to do is go back to the members table. We're going to create a field called a rollup. So I'm going to.
So that's what I want to see here. Member name, email, completed videos. I'd like to see how he set up his Airtable, because that's where I seem to be having some issues. It's figuring out how to correctly set up my Airtable. This is a lookup, so I think that's part of my problem. So let's see. So that's different. This is if I want to link. If I want to link to a record, Allow linking to multiple records, which I do need. Okay, that is just one. But what do I want to link it to? I guess just the name of the actual thing. So it is giving. Why is it putting this thing in? I don't get it. I definitely don't get that. Okay. Right. I think even with this one. I mean, do I just throw in the ID? Sorry, let me just see what this guy's doing again with his table. He just has the video. He just has a member reference. That's in the completed videos. That's in the completed videos. Are they actually referenced? No, they are that. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to struggle for this one, and then I'm going to get it. I'm going to be like, why didn't I just get this right off the bat? Okay. So we want to create a record. We'll just give it the product name. I mean, the member. I don't know why it's members. Okay, wait, let's refresh this because I think I made some changes. So the name is the name of that. And then the members, I mean, is that literally just... I mean, we get the member ID, or this is the ID of the user. Component name. Let's see what's going to happen here. No, it doesn't like that. I'm not surprised. Ah, shit. Because what is this members column? This is just nothing. This is just like a text field. I wonder if I'm having issues because I have multiple. Oh, no, the Webflow ID is what's important. So search on that one. That one's fine. So that's fine. So we're going to go back here. We don't have a table selected. Yeah, we'll do that one. We'll put in that ID for the members. So what is this? Some extra fields. We need to test it again. Okay, that seemed to have done something. So that puts this into here. But it's not, yeah, it's a configuration error. Okay, what is the problem here? Oh, maybe you can just skip it. Oh, maybe that's why. Okay, let's see. Maybe that's why I'm getting issues. So this is going to be like favorites. Maybe that's why. So let's just delete all these ones. And let's try this again. Retest. And okay. So that one went in with the member. Oh, this thing is all messed up again too. This one's all messed up as well. Let's try to, well, I shouldn't even need to. Oh, no, this got all changed too. Maybe because I deleted the record. Oh my goodness. This is gonna, okay. Link to another record, favorites. These are favorited, favorite, like whatever components. Then skip. And then this was created, I think. And it's linked to members. Okay. So if that's the case, then how am I, there's something that I'm not doing that's not linking these correctly. So hang on, let's try this here. Table members, search by user ID. And not to create. Okay, continue. Just test that again. And then now I want to create a record. In favorites, the name, then the member. I guess, is it this one? That I can use? And continue. And then just test it again. Unknown field name. For this members. Right, so then it's got to be linking by that ID. By this actual ID, right? But then there's just extra fields. Let's try that again. Test. Okay, that sent everything through. There we go. Now it seems to be working. Okay. Weird. But we got it. So this member liked or favorited the mega menu. And then I have it right down here. And if I go here again, and if I, hang on, turn this on. If I go in here, and then I do the same for the drop down and the basic nav, that should also show up. Assuming it's on, which it is. And it's, there we go. And it updated. So it's showing who the members are. Excellent. Cool. And it's going just by the first name, which maybe it'll be good if I have like a first name, last name or something like that in here. But anyways, that's small details. Okay. So now we have that in. So that's good. And I guess we also want to be able to update it. So I don't even know how to update the check marks. So we're going to have to figure that out as well too. And I don't know. Yeah. And whether they've done it or not, we're going to have to do something. Oh my goodness. This might be more complicated than I thought. Let's keep watching this video because I think there might be some really good nuggets here after this.
Into Webflow, what we need to do is go back to the members table. We're going to create a field called a rollup. So I'm going to call this completed video rollup. And then the field type is going to be a rollup. So it has this little icon right here. So what this is going to do is it's going to roll up the completed videos. And then we're going to choose the field and it's going to be video Webflow ID. And then we need to add a formula here. So go ahead and type array unique. So right here. So this makes sure to return only unique values. And then go ahead and click save. So if we expand this a bit, so you can see all of these were rolled up into one field, comma separated. So it's in the format that Webflow needs in order to send it back. Okay, so now that we have the correct format in order to send back to Webflow, we can go back to our app. Now that we created a record in the completed videos table, we actually need to look up that member again because when we found the member originally, they didn't have this new roll-up field. So if a new one gets added, we then want to look it up so we can get the latest version of this roll-up field. So let's go to Airtable again. Select find.
You gotta find the guy.
Basically the same process as that second record. The base is going to be the demo. Table is going to be. Click continue. Airtable. Okay, so now in order to send the data back into Webflow, we actually can't use the standard Webflow trigger. So we can't use the update live item. In order to do it, we need to actually use a webhook.
I was just going to say it's going to have to be a webhook. Is that because
by Zapier?
It's
and we're actually going to be using the Webflow API. So
right, because you're sending to a collection
Webflow or API.
Because it's just not a simple field.
It's developers.webflow.com. So this is probably one of the most complicated steps of the whole process, but I'll walk you through it. So you want to do a custom request first off, and then the request method is going to be a patch. So we need a URL to pass through, and you can find the correct URL to use for the API on the Webflow developers site. So if you go under items, and then let's see, it's update live collection item. That's the one we want. So you can see right here, we have this curl x put HTTPS, and then it has this long link. So here we have the collection ID, and then here we have the item ID. So you want to go ahead and select this whole line right here, copy that, and then paste that in. So we do need to replace a few things. So the collection ID, you can go into Webflow, click on members. In the settings, you have the collection ID right here. So I'm just going to copy that, go back to Zapier, paste that in. And then the item ID, we're actually going to pull from the previous step. So we could do it from the second one and find their Webflow ID. And then you need to make sure you have this live equals true in order to update the collection item without publishing the site. Okay, so for the data, what we want to do, we actually need to write it in a specific way. So first off, curly brackets, and then inside of here, we're going to do, let's do 2 spaces, double quotes. We want to do fields, colon, and then opening and closing curlies as well. And you can see this if you go back to developer site. I'm finding this here. And then what you want to do, oh, so actually I almost forgot a very important step. We need to reference which videos the member has completed. So in order to do that, we need to add a multi-reference field. And that's actually what we're going to be updating through this Zap process.
Right, the multi-reference.
So
I've done that before.
Go ahead and click multi-reference. And I'm going to call this completed videos. And then select the collection. So it's going to be the series episodes. And click save. Okay, so now we have completed videos. All right, so back in Zapier, what we want to do, is do completed dash videos. That reference field we just created, this is what we're updating. And then we're going to do colon and then square brackets. And then inside the square brackets,
that's where you put in your array.
Pass through that roll-up field.
Yeah.
So we're going to find that on the 4th step on that find record in Airtable. And you can see the roll-up field has all the IDs that we want to pass back through. Okay, and then we're almost there. We just need to add a few headers. So you can see on, all the headers right here. We need authorization bearer, accept version, and the content type. So let's go ahead and
do you need to put your API key in after that?
So we're going to select bearer. Paste that in. So this is your API token, which remember you can find if you go to the project settings and go to integrations. You can generate the API token and copy that and then paste that back in. All right, and then we need those last two, accept version.
Do you still have to do this with Zapier, or did they make it that you can put in? Like you pass through arrays. I don't know.
And then we also need
they might have.
Content
we'll have
type.
To see.
Passing back save, publish this so that the API match to the API to our collection. And so let's go ahead and test and review. All right, so a custom request was just sent. Let's go back to Webflow and check it out. Let's refresh. All right, let's see. Go to members, and Chico Pico has nothing, but Mackenzie Child has these 3 videos. Awesome. Okay, so it's all working correctly. I'm going to go ahead and test it out some more.
So the thing about...
Let's add it to our roll-up.
Right.
All right, so now we have the mark as complete all set up. We know which members completed which videos. So in the next lesson, we're going to set up the dashboard to filter through and only display which episodes they have already completed.
Right.
Right. Welcome to lesson number 7, the final success state of this form. Change this to completed, and let's do 716 whole form in a radius. So we
can you uncomplete it though?
So let's add 8 pixels. It's going to be a button. It's just going to be a text label styled as the button. But what we want to do is show a button if this video has been completed by the user, and then hide the form altogether. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add a text block, and this is styled completed button. So what I'm going to do is just take that block, margin, change that to flex, and then what we want to do is, first off, go to the form block, and we're going to add an ID of mark as watched. Mark as watched. And then on this completed button, we're going to say video-complete.
I guess what I want to do here is I just want to see what he's doing once a person actually marks it as watched, and if he's going to allow them to make it mark as unwatched.
Before the body tag, I'm going to paste in some custom code. I'll add this code in the notes below, so you can just copy and paste it. But real quick, what you need to do is up here, you need to make sure this data member stack ID is set to your ID. So you can go back to member stack and in the settings and
okay, interesting. That's ended up being a little bit more complex than what I was thinking about how to do this. So the thing that I don't know right now that's on my mind is somebody can mark as favorites, and we can follow that tutorial or whatever, and we can have everything working so that they can mark it as a favorites, which is great. But then we also need to be able to know when they have marked it as a favorite and then be able to have them unmark it as a favorite. So I think you're almost going to have two zaps going back and forth watching for both of those items. And then when someone has marked something as favorite, we'd have to figure out how to mark it somehow. And then from there, we need to be able to show and hide each individual form, because there's going to need to be two forms. One is favorited and one is, like not favorited, I guess, basically, right? So how are we going to do that? And do we want to do that? My goodness. So one thing to look at, because I think, that's not what I want to see. So this has it on here, apparently, right? I think it was Jet Boost, not filtering, auto archive, advanced, CMS favoriting. So this allows you to favorite, unfavorite. Look at that. They have that pretty easy. So is it worth just paying for this instead of trying to build it? So number one, let's take a look at the pricing. It's free for self-hosted Webflow.io, $19 a month. And I don't even get filtering. So I got to pay $40 a month, billed yearly, to get the CMS favoriting functionality. And I don't know if that's going to work with everything that I have. So do these guys have filtering? Attributes. Not filtering, like liking. Count, auto. Custom favicon. Oh, that's kind of cool. Star rating. And read time. CMS tabs. I'd like to know how these ones actually work. Where the hell am I? Oh my goodness. Store wish list. Save to wish list, and it's saved. And they have it there as well too. Yeah. Interesting. I wonder if I can do it. No, I can't do it just straight in Webflow, can I? Hello. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Nice to have you here. I guess the idea is, how important is this for me to have on launch? And is it going to be worth all the effort it's going to take in order to build this, in order to build out this functionality? I mean, we have it where we can easily have people favorite things. No problem. We can put it in here, and then we just need to send this data back to Webflow. And then for every user, we can just post up what their favorited items are. So we can do that, but then we have to do everything in reverse for the unfavoriting. So if they click it again, and all this is going to cost money as well too. Like in terms of the pricing for Zapier, you get so many, not transactions, not even zaps, you get so many tasks, and like each one of these things is a task. So they can end up costing even more than what like this would cost in JetBoost. Questions. I don't know what to do. I think part of me feels like I should keep going. I should at least spend today trying to see if I can get this going. And if I can get it going today, then then that's great, right? And then if I can't, then I'll put it on the back burner for something to launch, after we're done. Okay, so I'm going to think about this for like half an hour. I'm going to finish this stuff up, probably go for one of my walks and then come back. But let's have a look here. I'm just going to clear my mind and go to something that I worked on the other day. Maybe give you guys a little bit of a run through of what else I've done. So if we go back to each member's site, I kind of updated this. This looks a little bit smaller. Hang on a second. There we go. This is the right size at 100%. I make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, so yeah, I updated the account page. So maybe I could even show it on here. Go to the account page. Right. So you have the ability to update the email right here. You can have your first name, last name, and you just click save. Your current passwords, and then you can update your password. And then if you want to view your billing history, you just click this, and then it gets you to your billing history. So I cleaned up the account page. So I'm kind of liking this. I think it looks pretty clean, pretty simple. So what else do we have? I really think everything else is pretty much done, aside from the favoriting, which I'm not sure that we're going to do. We'll have to see. And then actually something here on the bottom menu where I want to put, instead of this just being the help, I want it to go to help. Then I also want it to go to the blog, which I think I renamed resources. Right. And I should probably clean this up a little bit as well too, because this looks pretty crappy. And I don't even have a page here. So let's maybe do a little bit of work on that, and then we'll think in the back of our minds about what to do with this whole favoriting our components and templates. Okay, so we have this help link here at the bottom. And what's in this embed? I think we need to keep that in here, right? Because that is our CSS code for the colors of our SVG icons. Okay, so we'll keep that in there. So we're actually going to change this up. So we have a help link, but we also need to have another link, which is going to link to our resources or the blog. And then, Resources. Resources or learn? Maybe we'll have this one as learn. Okay. So I'm going to rename this. No, actually, I don't mind that one. Except, yeah, no, that's still fine. So we just need to change. Actually, no, I like that. Put that back to how it was. But let's try. It's absolute. Actually, how should I design this? So basically what I want here on this bottom of the menu, can you guys see that? You can kind of see it. My face is a little bit in the way. Is on the right-hand side and left-hand side, I want to have learn and then help. So the learn button is going to be able to take you to the blog. And then the help button is just going to get you to probably, maybe just for now, just a contact page to fill out a form until eventually, we get to the point where we actually have, like a help section or something like that. So like a Zendesk section or something. So what I'd like to do is basically, let's see, what can we do with these buttons? One thing I'm thinking, I'd love to have a little bit of a divide line right in the middle of this whole container here. So we have this whole help container, and I want to throw a line smack dab in the middle. I'm trying to think of what the best way is to do this. I think maybe what I'll do is if I make this into a grid, I'll make this into a 3-column grid. And with how much spacing in between? No gaps in between. Well, mark that as done. We're going to throw one spacer in the middle. Oh, what did I just do? And we're just going to call this help. And then we're just going to go in here. And just have a 100% height, but a 1 pixel width line. And let's give it a color. We're going to give that white. And of course, in each of these, what are these grid items? I want to center everything, and maybe align them in the middle as well too. And that should have the button smack dab in the center. And if we edit the grid as well, this one should be quite small. In fact, let's just give it a width. How much do we want it to be? Pretty small, I would imagine, something like that. And then these buttons. If I have them at 100%, but I'd love to have some margins. What would be the best way to do that? Probably just on the buttons themselves. Let me see what that looks like. And you guys can't see that. It's not quite what I want. Not quite what I'm looking for. What can we do here? If we don't give it a width, it's just going to be whatever it needs to be. What is actually giving this thing its height? It's got to be these buttons, right? There's no height set here. I guess it's just going to be auto height, whatever the elements are inside, because I'm sure if I lower this, yeah, it's going to just get smaller with it. So if I lower this 0.5, and I go 0.5 at the top, 0.5 at the bottom. Let me just publish this here. Let's go to the dashboard. Oh, wait, that's not where I get to it. Just click on anything here. It's only showing the help button. Oh, that's because it's only on this one. It's not a... Right. So which page is this one? Let's just go look at this page. The account page. So help and learn. All right, it's kind of what I want, but I want... Yeah, and you guys can't see this at all. Sorry, my bad. There's this right here. These, oh, I still can't see that. There you go. These buttons right here. When you hover over top of them, I want them to have equal padding all around the outside here when I hover over top of them, so that it looks nice and even. All right, let's keep plugging it away here. How else can we do this? Number one, this spacer line. Let's just go with the color. I think the color is not quite right. There you go, that's better. And because if we give it 100% width, but if we bring it down, but if it's the margin is 0, no, that's not going to help either. Let's see, hang on, 100%. But if we give it a margin on this side, also this does seem to work. So, and 0. But it's not working for this guy. Maybe because the padding is too much. Could that be why? No. What if it's 0? Doesn't matter that there's no padding. It's not. Oh, because maybe one's left, one's right. Okay, let's. No, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter at all. But let's just see. This one's left. It's got to be somehow to do with this absolute positioning stuff. Very small border radius. I mean, we could do something that's actually pretty simple. If we wrap this into a div block, let's just put that there as for now as a placeholder. And then if we go to here, I guess we can get rid of these margins. We want this, to be 100%. And what can we do here? So we have our padding, which is full. And this. Okay, let's just see how this looks here. Oh, I don't know why this one's giving me such a hard time. This is like ridiculous. This should take like 2 minutes. Okay, so now it's just not going full width. So we just need to make sure that in here, oh no, we don't. So we can't display it any other way. I guess the only thing that we could do is give it like an excessive amount of padding on each side. Oh, not like that. And that should kind of, whoops, give us what we want. Almost. Because it's running up against the wall there. What's going on? Oh yeah, this thing. This spacer, and let's actually, we need to edit the grid. And you are just going to be 1 pixel wide. Done. And publish. That makes it look a little bit better. This one looks to be a little bit higher. Oh, this stupid thing's in the way. Anyways, I'll clean that up and I'll even decide on if I like that or not on the look. But that's the gist of it. Yeah, the line heights are not even right on both of these two words. Ugh. I think I'm overcomplicating that. Okay, so our members page is done. Our home page is done. The login system's working. I think everything's pretty much working. I just need to tighten up a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Number 1, figure out if I'm going to do the favorites. If I am, I'm going to work on that tonight and have it done by tomorrow. And then after that, it's just tightening up the whole aspects of all the design, like the stuff I was working on now. There's those little things, the buttons, the icons, the colors. Make sure all of that stuff is tightened up and ready to go. So then by tomorrow, everything should be good. So then tomorrow we can do kind of look a little bit of a run through and a walkthrough, make sure everything is working the way it should be. And then we're going to be good to go 100% into actually building out the components and the templates and having that, I don't know, just getting started with that so that we can actually launch this thing by, sometime in November, I would imagine is when we'll be ready. So, and probably just maybe then as a beta testing or something like that. Anyways, okay, so didn't quite get the favorite thing finished. Ended up being a little bit more complex than I thought. So we'll have to see whether it's something that's going to be worth putting there at the start or not. If I'm not going to have very many, if it's only going to be like a handful of templates and like 10, 15 components, is it going to be worth putting that feature in? I don't know. I'm not sure. I need to think about it. So I'm going to take a walk, think about it, and we'll reconvene back here tomorrow as we always do. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for all your support, for liking and subscribing and all that stuff. I really, really appreciate that. It means a whole lot to me. And we'll see you back here again for another live stream tomorrow. Have a good one. See you then.